welcome to another episode of Presence Practice with Poonam and Parker. Hey Poonam.
Hey Parker.
Poonam and I are having a nice time today. And here you are with us. And the topic that we will discuss is no conceptual identity. What has inspired this was listening to the talk that Eckhart, the 2-hour talk that Eckhart did in 2018, but was released at the beginning of this month, which is October 2019. And it's a beautiful talk, just packed full of pockets of deep wisdom and stillness. A beautiful talk, and powerful too. He's in a good space there. So something that he said is that after food and shelter, conceptual identity is who we think we are. That we're always looking for a satisfying sense of self, right? So it's this a pattern, and so it's sort of fill in the blank. Okay, so my role today is, or the concept I have of myself is this: now I am the boss, now I'm the employee, now I'm the victim, here I'm the martyr of this, here I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm beautiful, I'm ugly, I'm I'm a nice person, I'm not a nice person. It's always kind of this building this identity, right? It's sort of like almost like a grabbing at life, right? Trying to force it to be a more acceptable version rather than accepting the version that's here now, and dropping all of that. So exhaustive role playing, creating this conceptual identity. The title of what you do in life is oftentimes, when you meet a new person, it's one of the first things they say. So what do you do for a living? And if we didn't use currency or have money to trade with, if that's what something that we stopped doing, then I would love to ask that question. But it feels like there's a lot of people that are, they're not on the wrong path. There's no wrong path, but you can see that they're called to do something different, or something more expansive. So, but so what your job is: I'm a lawyer, I'm a social worker, I save the world, I save people in fires, I save little puppies. So it seems like, well, the conceptual identities are oftentimes bent towards, something seductive and more acceptable, right? Something that'll quiet the voices in our head that tell us that we're not good enough, or that people don't like us, or that we need to fluff something up over here so that we can be seen or recognized. Or it really comes down to being loved. But are you loving yourself? Are you taking a gentle hand with yourself to make the inner spaciousness hospitable? Are we seeking something else? Are we constantly grooming a concept and then upset when it doesn't work out? We could dig just a deep of groove, a pattern groove, a habit groove, with believing that we're also the victim and life is terrible and we've been done dirty wrong, and that it's the chips were stacked against us from the start. Some people born on third base, and then get to hit a home run very easily, thinking that we've had worse. But can you drop all that? Can you see the stories as they begin to emerge? Can you see that they're just as seductive, just as comfortable as maybe bliss or joy is for another? Can we see how our mind likes to chew on what's wrong, or chew on how great we are, or how special we are, or how we're superior to some, important? So it's a childish, like a childish mind. And the response would be what you would do with a child, with gentleness. You see it. Yay, look, I see my insanity. Look, this insanity. I just got excited because someone thought I was special. In some areas, you know, it's the insanity you can see so clearly, because you can move from one area of the world to another area of the world, and what's an important conceptual identity in one area is not important in the other, and it's something else completely different. It's all an illusion, and we get wrapped up in it, identified with it, reactive in our bodies, seeking something else, sitting in regret and unable to sleep at night. But we can drop it all right now, right now, and enter the present moment and just be. Be still. I'm going to bring this Lao Tzu quote back in because it's perfect for this video too. The usefulness of a pot comes from its emptiness. It's not useful to stand on the outside of the pot and compliment it. Oh, it's a copper pot. It's a poorly made pot. It's a pot that's good quality, poor quality. It's still going to fill up the same thing. So be still. And you could step outside of this and you become spacious. What say you on the topic, Poonam?
There are a few things that come to mind. One of the pointers that Eckhart gives in a lot of his talks is, as long as he is sitting in that venue and giving a talk, he's a spiritual teacher. Once he leaves the venue, when he's up in his hotel room, or he's at the grocery store, or wherever he is, if he's at the airport, he's just a field of presence. He no longer is a spiritual teacher. So that tells us on how we should experience life. That, yeah, we may be a project manager, or we may be a VP of something, or we may be a wealthy owner of a business, whatever we may be. But the moment we are out of that business or out of that office space, we no longer are a VP of something. We are just a field of presence, and experience life as a field of presence. The other thing he does in School of Awakening is he acts out one of the attendees calling their parent, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, how are you?" And the dad says, "Where are you?" "Dad, I'm at Eckhart's talk. I'm at his retreat." "Oh, you're with that charlatan again?"
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
Dad. I am here. How are you doing? So you know, the way and he says after that, it's okay for that person to say Eckhart is a charlatan, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
it does not matter. It doesn't make it better or worse just because they call Eckhart a charlatan, right?
Yes.
So that's how he's showing us that
Mm-hmm.
presence means we just welcome whatever it is. If the other person is saying something, just give them the spaciousness. Let them say what they're saying. And it
Yes.
is okay for them to say what they're saying, right?
Yes.
Nothing gets diminished from us, right, by what they're saying.
Nothing
Nothing
real.
makes it bigger for us. Nothing makes it in a diminished form, whatever they are saying. Just give them the spaciousness. And I think he ends this October talk with saying it is presence that we need to focus on, right? That presence is what is being the power of now. Power of now, or power of present moment, is experiencing our consciousness in this present moment. And that's all there is to it. That we are at every moment, we are experiencing this life. I'm about to go clean my fridge. I'm going to go experience the surface of the shelves and the inside of the fridge, and taking all the contents out of the fridge. So, and it's a joy. Once it's going to be clean, there's a joy in it, right?
Yes, yes, and to ask ourselves regularly in stillness, who am I?
And that brings us to our presence, to our essence, what Eckhart calls our essence identity. That's who we
Yes,
are.
yes, and to allow also, I love what you said, this story that Eckhart told, because it reminds us that it doesn't matter what other people are saying or thinking about you, like this course correction of, well, wait, you don't understand me. Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. Just drop it. It doesn't matter what anyone else has decided you are. If you're the greatest person, if you're selfish, generous, kind, nice, mean, terrible, this way, let people have their chewing mind. You don't have to chew with them, right? You can just let it be. Don't correct. It's a beautiful, do it over and over again, and it doesn't, there's nothing that bothers you anymore around anyone diminishing you. You'll notice that the unconsciousness in others, you're either trying to be superior or inferior to you. It's like this cluttered, chewing mind that doesn't know how to relax and experience the other person and the beauty of the experience is singular and beautiful. So we leave them alone. So that's
And
my oven going off. I have bread in the oven. And I know you have to get to your fridge. Let's do a part 2 of this conversation. What do you think?
sounds good. Looking forward to it. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day. Thank you.